Hey everybody, this is Homestead. We did a video last year about this gravity flow water system for the rabbits. And I'm just setting it back up. We should have set it up a little sooner, but we ain't had time to do it. And you just get these little T's, stick them in. Make sure when you start, this is your highest point, the bucket, and then it flows. I just floated it down here and did 2, and then just another single wire, tied it to trying to keep it kind of almost same level. This one's a little high. I'll push it down like that. Same level, it's starting to drop down. Same height. I'll probably put a bigger wire here, or just drop it a little bit because it's still, there we go. You don't want it too high, otherwise the water won't flow as good. That's why it's gravity. Gravity's pulling from that bucket on a downward slope.
You want it to step down every time.
Yep. It's just the little T's. And I'm using some of the old drip system. I just push the button or just move it any angle, whatever, or push it up. So let water out. And this little spring right here, what you do is hook, I get pliers and bend it. Get you some needle nose for sure. Bend it as hard as you can and open it up a little bit. And what you do is you cut a little hole. Here, I'll show you on this one right here. This is a year before. Sometimes this thin wire breaks, bends, cuts loose, so I'm starting another one on top of that one right here. So I'm going to cut that off, a little piece I left. And you don't need a big hole. I say 1/2 inch this way, 1 inch across, and it works out pretty good. And you just twist this little spring. Zoom in on that so you can see them, so you can show them. Just put it in that hole and twist it. You're not trying to hook it once, you're trying to twist it on there. Same thing with this. If this thing pops loose a lot, all you do is just go around the circle with the metal piece itself and do the same thing and go in reverse. And it tightens it up. If it's too loose and it's not perfect in the hole, you can just twist it right here and set it for what you need. And these squares are so tiny, those little hooks. Don't grab too good. Some of the pipe I'm leaving like this. I'm trying to replace as much as I can. Just go like that, like that. I usually give about 3 inch of drop past the nipple right there, and it helps out because it has to bend. You don't want it too tight and it goes straight. So go like 3 inches past, and then just push this nipple right there. Make sure you push it all the way in as much as you can. And if you cut out a square really bad, you're gonna have to cut it again because sometimes that'll mess you up on the drip. It'll drip a lot and you'll lose water, so you got to make sure it's. And I'll go back through this again and see where it's dripping. And I use this just wire right here, this bendable wire. I use a lot of for doing mason work or stuff like that because you can bend the wire really easy. It comes out a big roll. Twist this one up. it's old and it's kind of opened up to the seal. Sometimes I try to snip it off right behind that last ring that you can kind of see, so it's a lot better.
Start with new.
Start with
pretty
new.
much.
Yeah. So if you do use the old line, there's not a problem with it. You just gotta and have some wire from last year on it. This is probably too high. I'll probably have to hook it lower, probably right here. Yeah, it's too high. I'll go right here. Oh yeah, and we got a new pet on the farm. Her name is Luna.
For those of you that don't follow Facebook,
I've
Luna,
been working on the back.
Luna,
Get
come here,
her all
Luna.
set up.
She's preoccupied.
She's playing with the dogs.
Something off the bottom of the cage is probably some hay. Luna.
Luna, come here.
Luna. She's a bottle baby.
And we're going to get, since we found out they like to go in flocks, and she's kind of adapted to us. She sticks around us a lot. She's not really being a normal sheep.
She hangs out with the dogs.
Yeah. So this is some old stuff.
That was from the first year we did the automatic watering system.
Yeah, it's pretty good as long as you don't put the watering system in the sun, direct sun. See how we have shade here? And our doors as well, we try to face it away from the sun. So the sun's always rising over here. Show them, babe. This direction, kind of the river, and it comes this way. So they get the afternoon sun if they get that. So, give me the snips. Just like that. That's the finish right here. Just one solid line all the way down to the last pin. You don't want a T on that end. And since I have an extra one here from the old hose, I'm just going to go ahead and put another nipple in here. Right there. And that'll be it. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, beautiful, babe.
Okay, so that piece of plywood under it kind of tilts the bucket forward, kind of up. That way it drains a little better. To keep the sun off the water and creating green algae and stuff, you just cover it. Keeps bugs from flying in it.
And the sun hitting it. And as you can see, the old ones kind of fade out. We're just replacing them, some of them with new pieces. Use snips. Everybody's cutting grass right now. Hear the lawnmower in the background. That one's going to be a problem too. Just these last two. I mean, I got one right there, but
Can you just run a wire out that way? I mean a hose.
that's what I'm just going to do. I'm going to go all the way from this point.
Yep.
Hold that.
Got it. I know. These valves are really easy to install. You just turn this little handle to where it says open. So the water flowing. Alright, so you're gonna unplug. And I'm just gonna do that on all of these. Pull them off until they drip out. Put it on there. And they will build up. Maybe not but a couple inches, but they'll build up. And I'm just going to do that on down the line.
Oh my goodness. Swimming cups are so easy. This one got out when I was doing the water system. It's a good mama right here. How many babies she have, babe? How many babies she have?
8.
8 babies.
This one's dripping.
Which one is?
This one's dripping right here. And this one right here. Now, go ahead.
Okay, we had an older one here, and it's kept on leaking out the
Nozzle.
nozzle, so I just want to replace it, put a new one on it. And there you go.
No more dripping.
No more dripping. So you don't have to fix what's broken. So I try to run the system first, and then find out what I need to change.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Alright, we had this guy following up, and he had a hard time getting to the top. And this originally didn't have babies, so I'm going to go ahead and
Bump it down.
bump it down.
She had 8 babies. 8 little poof balls. So the good part about this system, if they're not trained to it, it doesn't take them but a minute to learn. It's very easy for them to learn to use.
It's kind of tricky getting this little hole in here. I just use the pliers to push it, pull it out. I get it. Snips up here. Good to go. And now we'll just keep an eye on it. If it drips, then we'll come check it. And that's a little quick episode we got going on with the rabbits for the water system. All right, thanks for watching and liking Ruby Homestead, and continue to watch us. Thank you.